The last story of the day is my question to Republicans and conservatives, and that is, do you want to lose the culture war? I don't think anyone wants to lose the culture war. I don't think it's a war. I'm not trying to ramp up tensions. Like, we're not at war. It's just a word, the culture. Right now, the culture is molded in the United States by academia, school, television, movies, music, entertainment, social media. These are the things that mold our culture. And Andrew Breitbart said before he died of a heart attack that culture is upstream, or I'm sorry, politics is downstream from culture, or politics is upstream from culture. I don't know. Whichever way the water flows, politics, culture related, that's what he was trying to say. It's very, very true. And right now, conservatives, libertarians, and Republicans, and basically even classical liberals, like normal Bill Maher style liberals, these normal people that have basic values of America, from normal left to center to right, it's like far left is dominating everything. And they're dominating Twitter, they're dominating Facebook, they're dominating Google, they're dominating the music industry, they're dominating the television industry, they're dominating all aspects of culture, they're dominating academia, and now they're acting like, you know, kind of totalitarian dictators without realizing it, where if you disagree with them, they try to remove you from that company. So it's like if you're like, hey, I'm libertarian, I believe in low taxes and content of character and basic freedom, they like collaborate to the side to destroy your life and try to fire you. They're very intolerant, but they're winning everything. And my question to conservatives and libertarians and even classical normal liberals that are probably left, I know people that are far left on the scale of like policies, yet they're treated like the far right because they have a sense of humor and they're sarcastic and they just make jokes. They think they're far right, even though they're far left. That just shows you how far left they've gone ideologically. But do Republicans want to lose the culture war? Because there's very few people helping the right wing or the center wing in America as far as culture. I'm one of them. I'm not the biggest help. There's way bigger people than me. I'm not that special. But I'm significantly helping because I take the basic like ideology of a libertarian and the basic ideology of a normal liberal, and I wrap it in a very simple way and let people know via videos and music, listen, don't you agree with this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then why is everyone doing this? And they're like, oh, I never thought about that. Another example of that is the blue collar Logic video I showed. He's a tradesman, but he's very chill, and he's just like, listen, this is why I don't agree with illegal immigration, although I love illegal immigrants. That's going to get through to liberals, and it did, because it's impossible to disagree with if you're like a sane person. And most people that are left-leaning nowadays, they're not bad people. They're all really good people. They're just being misled. It's like if your teacher was teaching you the wrong thing and you believe them. So it's like they're all great people. Liberals are not bad people. It's not worth fighting with them all the time and hating because they're just confused a lot of times. I don't think anyone's a bad person. I don't think right wing or left. I personally don't. I think people are misled, confused, lost, hurt, and, you know, maybe abused, but I don't think anyone's inherently evil. That's just my personal belief. I believe in everyone. I believe in the good in everyone. But when I post a video like this, not everyone, most of you are great, and even the people who do this, I'm sure, are great. You ruin my nice post. So I post this to show the right-wing ideology of what the argument is of illegal immigration that makes sense. And in the comments, it's like a lot of people want to ruin it. Liberals are literally there's a liberal guy who follows me. His name's Mitch. He doesn't agree with me on a lot, but he still follows me, and I love that. I'm glad people challenge me and don't agree with me. I like that. But he posted, this is great. This is what all Republicans or conservatives should sound like. Like, he agreed with it. And in that comment, someone posted something that was their shirt. It was like, kiss my white privilege or something. So it's like, what, bro? Like, are you trying to lose the culture war? I help you out. Liberals are finally seeing your point of view. And then you scream at them and run them far away. This is why no one in modern culture likes conservatives or Republican values. It's not because the values don't make sense. The values do make sense. If you go in the rap community, if I asked every rapper and took a poll, I said, do you like high taxes or low taxes? Do you like gun control, or do you believe in the Second Amendment in its fullest? I guarantee you 95% of the rap game is conservative. They don't even know it because they all love guns. They're all very pro Second Amendment, and they all like low taxes. They all complain about getting taxed. So the reason that conservatism and libertarianism isn't popular in popular culture is because Republicans and conservatives are not popular in pop culture, and they're not cool. I'm not saying you're not cool. I'm not saying being cool is important. Like, oh, I'm so cool. It doesn't matter. But like, if you want kids to listen to you, you have to be cool in popular culture. If you want millions of people in other countries to understand you, you have to be cool in popular culture. You at least have to make an attempt to communicate with people. And not only do barely any Republicans or conservatives or libertarians do this, almost none do, but then when I actually try to do that and try to help, it's like they try to ruin what I'm doing. It's like, so that's my question here is, Lester said, I'm cool. I bet you are. I mean, a lot of people are cool in their own ways. I'm not saying there's one way to be cool, but it's like when I do something in a way that helps, people try to ruin it every time, and it annoys the crap out of me because I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to keep my taxes low. I'm trying to keep my country safe. I'm trying to keep the world better. And it's like you want to lose the culture war. I say something that liberals like immediately, and not everybody, but like 20, 30, 40, 50% of the comment section is like, nah, la, 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 and you're scaring liberals away. I don't know any other way to put it. No one's going to want to listen to you. People listen to me, and so many people literally don't like me because of people in the comment section. It's not that I'm saying anything they disagree with, but they go to type something in the comment section, and everyone ruins it and scares them away, and now they go away from their computer, and they think, this is why I hate Republicans. This is why I hate conservatives. This is why I hate the right wing. You're justifying every reason. Love can drive out hate, not more hate. And people don't get that. They don't get that with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. They don't get that with like liberal values. Most liberals are great. When I have conversations with liberals in the flesh, I ease back, because if I'm talking to myself or I'm talking to a conservative friend, we can talk a certain way. It's not because I'm fake and I'm trying to pander to the left, but it's like, it's the same way. Like, I don't know. I don't talk to everyone the same way. I have different relationships with different friends in my life. We don't have the same jokes between all my friends. We do different things because we're different people and have different relationships. It's the same with people that you're trying to communicate with. If you want to just be in an echo chamber and share memes and laugh, and that's great, have a good time. But if you want to talk to your friends, that's great. But if you really want to win, if you want to win the culture war, not lose the culture war, or win elections, then you can't act like that. If you want to lose elections and just laugh with your friends, that's fine. But I don't want to lose elections. I don't want to lose America. Until the left and the Democratic Party reforms themselves and becomes moderate, I see what they're doing on every level as a direct threat to safety, security, basic common sense, the Constitution, like everything that's halfway decent about America, they're trying to ruin. So I'm not doing it in a way of like, oh, I'm right wing now. I'm trying to pull liberals back to the right, and I'm actually having a lot of success. I've had a lot of people in high power positions and also just normal people, which both, but like come to me and be like, dude, I was liberal my whole life, and I listen to what you're saying, and it makes sense, and I agree. And that's a huge win for conservatives. That's a huge win for Republicans. That's a huge win for Trump. Not trying to convert people and vote red, trying to get people to realize that the left wing is not good. That's what gave Trump the win. They're going further left, and Republicans are not going further right. Republicans are becoming more liberal, and liberals are becoming more fascist and totalitarian, and they don't realize that, and they're just calling everyone else fascist and totalitarianism. And I'm not here to say Republicans are perfect. There's a lot of things that I feel like they're hypocrites on. They love free speech and comedy until the comedian doesn't pander to them, and then all of a sudden they hate comedy. I call Republicans out all the time, but my question that I'm really here to ask is, do you want to lose the culture war? And it's just a self-reflective question for everyone. And I'm not saying probably most of the people watching here don't do that. I'm not blaming you. I'm not mad. I'm just being honest. If you want to win the 2020 election, if you want to not lose America to a far left ideology that will ruin America for sure, or maybe not, maybe miraculously it works out. I just want to leave all options on the table. You have to be smart. Right now, liberals are dominating academia to the point where they're so far left, I mean, it makes any free person or normal liberal cringe. They're winning the music industry. They're winning culture. So these are just things to think about. One, you can do it yourself, but I do believe a kind approach works and brings the right further left and the left further right. I feel like I'm bringing everyone towards the middle. That's my goal. It's not to convert people. Bring people towards the middle, what makes sense. And not only are people not doing that, not only are there not a lot of people like me that I'm making music with rap groups. I'm not to talk myself up, but like I can rap. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of friends or fans, probably most of my fan base from like 2008 till now, can't stand my politics. They think I'm insane, but they know that I'm honest and they're considering it. I have a big reach in a lot of different communities, which is cool. I'm not that special or anything, but I'm doing my thing. There's not a lot of people like that on the right and when there are, it's like people try to tank what they're doing. That's what bothers me the most. I don't care if no one else does anything, but just don't ruin what I'm doing and really support your people. Like I always say, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of either. I'm not a hater. I think they're both great, but like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson, you might not agree with everything they do, but they're people that liberals listen to. I have a lot of liberal friends that are saying like, dude, I really like Jordan Peterson. A lot of people on the fence don't care about politics or policies. And they like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Not because she knows what she's talking about policy-wise. She really doesn't. But she's appealing to them because she's on social media. She's relatable. She's young. She seems like an activist. She seems cool. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez brings in a lot of people on the fence. Jordan Peterson brings on a lot of people on the fence. Ben Shapiro kind of brings on people on the fence. This is just a way you really have to think if you want to reach out to people who don't agree with you. Because there's like hundreds of millions of people who don't like Trump, who don't really like left-wing policies, and they're waiting for someone to appeal to them. Jordan Peterson appeals to those people. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez sometimes appeals. You have to appeal to those people, and you can't follow things that don't work. Like the liberal ideology that they're going by now is like, we hate middle America, we hate white people, we hate Republicans. That's not a really smart strategy to getting more Republicans or people on the fence. It's made people like me and Tim Pool and millions of normal liberals run to the right because we're like, what are you doing? So it's like that liberal, it's not working on the left, it's really not working on the right. And I just wanted to keep it real and say that at the end because it bothers me almost every time I post something. And it's not everyone. I appreciate you being here. Every time I post something that's like chill and moderate but will make liberals think, you go to the comment section and it's an absolute shit show. It's just like people being as rough and tumble, blah, 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 F this, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Like, it's fun to do. I'm not hating on free speech. You can say whatever you want. You have the right to do it, but that's the type of vibes. Like, if they can come to the comment section and a lot of people to compliment you guys, there's a lot of really smart and funny people. I always go to the comment section and crack up. Or like sometimes you guys leave a top comment and it's like better than what I had on the caption. Like, I'm like, man, I got some real geniuses in my fan base. Like, you guys are like super smart sometimes, a lot of times. But just be very cautious of that. Just like I say, I'm dropping gems today that are rare. But it's like when you argue with someone in my comment sections, you argue with a liberal, you actually promote them. So a lot of times people mean to do good, but they make the worst comment the top comment because they're complaining with the worst comment. So just really focus on your energy and focus on the approach on that, because if people would normally like my video, then they go to the comment section and see a bunch of people who scare them away. It's really hurting like the moderate people in this country because we desperately need that. And Peterson kind of taps into that. Shapiro taps into that a little bit. Steven Crowder taps into it. You know, I think the walkaway movement tapped into it. Candace is a little extreme, but I think she taps into the black community and people, even like white liberals who won't hate white people, like a lot of white liberals. They won't say it outwardly, but, you know, they'll tell me to side, be like, you know, like we got to punish ourselves for stuff we've done before. So like Candace will reach out to those people because they're like, oh, I needed to hear that from someone else. To me, that's kind of racist as well. It's like, you know, the message to me, I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, atheist, black, white. That's why I share people that people don't like. They're like, why'd you share his stuff? Well, I'm like, if he told the truth, I don't care what, you know, I don't care what his ideology. The truth is the truth. A good message is a good message. I judge people based on content and character, but everyone doesn't do that. But the reason I'm saying that is because there's a million different approaches that are really, you know, lure people in. And we need that because everything is going against the normal sane person. Facebook's working against us. Twitter's working against us. YouTube's working against us. Google owns YouTube's working against us. The news is working against us. The television's working against us. Every element of the culture is working against us. And it doesn't always have to be that way. If we can come with a truthful but kind and not off-putting message, stick true in our convictions, but not be mean or off-putting about it, it's not that hard to shift people because everybody knows something's going on. Everybody knows that, you know, something like all my liberal friends, they know that something's not right. They know that what the left's doing is not right. They just don't like Donald Trump. And same way you let him get away with a few dumb things he does or maybe silly things that you think are silly, they do the same with their people. They're like, yeah, I don't agree with it, but at least they're doing stuff that I want them to do. everyone is like the same. At the end of the day, we all want to live our lives, enjoy ourselves, you know, have basic elements of fun and safety and security, and, you know, we're all human. It's very, very simple. So when you speak a political opinion that might unfortunately be popular now, be very, very thoughtful and considerate of how you portray that message, depending who you want it to hear. If you want just Republicans to hear and have it be an echo chamber, that's one thing. If you want to reach out to liberals, try to bring them closer to the center, and reach out to Republicans, and I get a lot of messages anomaly. I never thought that way. So I'm bringing right to the left, left to the right sometimes, or people are like that. Just think about that stuff. And for sure with my stuff, think about how you take what I do, because when you go to the comment sections of this guy who's talking about illegal immigration, and you just see some of the stuff people are saying, it's just like, ugh, like you're going to scare people away. Like I posted this to not scare people away, and you're scaring people away. Not you. I hate to say you. Like people are like, me? No, probably not. Probably not 99.9% of the people, but there is a large majority, and it's okay to be that way. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to unapologetically say and do what you want to do. Like I have the freedom of speech. I could curse and say something insane right now. I could do that. I just don't want to because it wouldn't be very smart. So it's like we can do whatever we want, but we could lose. You know what I'm saying? We can never have a normal president again. And I don't care if it comes from the Democrat or the Republican. I'm looking for like basic common sense and basic self-accountability and basic policies that won't steal my money and tank the country. That's all I want. I don't care if they're red or blue. I just don't see it coming from that side, which is why I make a lot of the posts I make, which is why I really want people to hear, which is why I want you to consider that so you don't scare people away who desperately need to hear this stuff. Because when I have these conversations with my friends, they know this. It's just like there's so much race, religion, gender, and identity politics wrapped around anything. It's nearly impossible to get to the bottom of it. But if you do it with kindness, if you do it with compassion, if you do it with true honesty and taking out all the emotion and the anger out of it, it's hard to disagree with, like Dan Crenshaw did on TV. It's like when you lead with love and you lead with truth, it's really hard to disagree. And you might find that a lot of liberals and a lot of progressives will probably see eye to eye with you on maybe 90-80% of stuff. And that's what we're trying to do here. Come together, like my new song with Trapped, and make America debate again and love again and stop being so cray-cray. New podcast that's out there, Make America Debate Again. Thank you guys for listening today. It was a long one, but hopefully a necessary one. I appreciate everybody watching, sharing my videos. If you haven't checked out my Chipotle video down on it's the last video on my page. It's pretty cool and it's thorough. I'm going to do 2 videos hopefully like that this week. Everyone stay safe. If you're in North California or South California, the air quality is very, very low. Just be cautious and keep your eye on that. Thank you to everyone supporting on Patreon or Donor Box. You guys are the reason that I'm able to do this, and also people watching on YouTube and now Facebook as well. That's helping a lot. I really enjoy being able to do this and doing my part to hopefully make this country better. So thank you to everyone who allows me to do that with Patreon or Donor Box, and especially if you don't do any of those, it's all love. It doesn't matter. Sign up to my free email list. It's 100% free, and it takes like 10 seconds. So that's pinned to the top, and it always is. So sign up to my free email list. We're getting a bunch of emails, and it's cool. So every month or 2, I can send out an email when something big comes up, or just to give you guys a refresher. It's going to be very important moving forward, especially with social media. Who knows what's going to happen to all these companies and networks, but if I have your email, that's the way I could always reach out to you until email is non-existent anymore and we use something else. But thank you to that. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back later today or tomorrow, and check out my Chipotle video. New videos coming on education and other stuff this week. I'm going to try to do a good compilation. Thanks again. Take care.